What if I told you that the largest creatures to ever walk the Earth, some as long as a bus, once lived on the very same planet we call home? The ground beneath your feet was once ruled by gigantic dinosaurs whose footsteps shook the Earth. But there's one question that has fascinated scientists and millions of people for decades. Did humans ever live alongside dinosaurs? Could our ancestors have seen these giant creatures with their own eyes? Or are all those movies showing humans fighting dinosaurs nothing more than fiction? The answer isn't as simple as you might think, because the truth takes us on a journey spanning more than 200 million years. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why seeing a living dinosaur was almost impossible for any human, unless one surprising exception is true. Before we answer that question, we need to ask an even more important one. When did humans actually appear? Most people know humans have existed for a very long time. And that's true, but not in the way most people imagine. Imagine the entire history of Earth compressed into a single calendar year. Dinosaurs would dominate the planet for months. Modern humans wouldn't appear until the very last minutes of New Year's Eve. Compared to dinosaurs, we arrived incredibly late. And to understand just how late, we have to go back to where this story began. When Earth belonged to dinosaurs around 230 million years ago, the first dinosaurs appeared. Back then, Earth looked nothing like it does today. The continents were joined together into one massive supercontinent. Small mammals lived in the shadows, hiding, doing everything they could just to survive. Meanwhile, dinosaurs ruled everything. Some were taller than buildings, others weighed dozens of tons. For more than 160 million years, they dominated the planet with almost no competition, which raises an important question. If dinosaurs ruled Earth for so long, where were humans? The answer is simple. They didn't exist. Not modern humans, not early humans, not even our closest ancestors. Back then, the only mammals were tiny creatures about the size of a mouse that mostly came out at night to avoid becoming dinosaur food. Those tiny mammals would eventually become the distant ancestors of the evolutionary line that led to us. But if humans weren't around, what caused the dinosaurs to disappear? That's where one of the most dramatic moments in Earth's history begins. The day the dinosaurs lost everything. Imagine looking into the sky and seeing a bright object growing larger every second. At first, it looks like a star. Then it becomes brighter and brighter until it's impossible to ignore. About 66 million years ago, a giant asteroid slammed into Earth near what is now Mexico. This wasn't just another natural disaster. It changed the future of life forever. The impact released more energy than billions of nuclear bombs. Massive wildfires spread across continents. Towering tsunamis swept across coastlines. Dust and smoke filled the atmosphere. Then, something even worse happened. Sunlight disappeared, temperatures dropped, plants began to die. Without plants, plant-eating dinosaurs starved. Without prey, the predators followed. In a relatively short period of time, most dinosaurs disappeared forever, or almost all of them, because one group actually survived, and they're still around today. But before we reveal who they are, we need to see who inherited the Earth after the dinosaurs were gone. The rise of mammals. With the giant dinosaurs gone, Earth suddenly became a very different place. The tiny mammals that once hid underground finally had a chance. They spread across the planet. Some returned to the oceans and eventually became whales. Some learned to fly, becoming bats. Others adapted to life in the trees. From that group, primates evolved, and after millions of years, our earliest human ancestors finally appeared. This is why one of the biggest myths about history simply isn't true. Humans never hunted Tyrannosaurus rex. They never fought velociraptors. They never shared caves with giant dinosaurs. Because between the extinction of the dinosaurs and the appearance of modern humans lies an enormous gap in time, much bigger than most people realize. But then, why do so many people believe humans and dinosaurs lived together? Is there any scientific evidence that supports this idea? Let's find out. Did humans ever meet dinosaurs? Despite what movies often show, science has found no credible evidence that modern humans ever lived alongside non-avian dinosaurs. No human fossils have been discovered in the same geological layers as dinosaur fossils. No verified footprints, no reliable archaeological evidence. Many claims have appeared over the years, but every serious investigation has shown them to be misunderstandings or outright hoaxes. So why does this myth refuse to disappear? Because we've grown up watching stories where humans and dinosaurs share the same world. After seeing it so many times, it starts to feel believable. But reality tells a completely different story. When the last non-avian dinosaurs disappeared, humans were still tens of millions of years away from existing. The twist nobody expects. But wait, does that mean every dinosaur is extinct? Not exactly. Because according to modern science, birds are living dinosaurs. Yes, the pigeon outside your window, the eagle soaring through the sky, even the tiny sparrow in your backyard are descendants of dinosaurs that survived the mass extinction. So if someone asks you, have humans ever seen dinosaurs? The answer depends on what you mean. If you're talking about giant dinosaurs like Tyrannosaurus rex, no, humans never saw them alive. But if you're talking about their surviving descendants, yes, we see them every single day. So, did humans live with dinosaurs? The answer is no. When dinosaurs ruled the Earth, humans didn't exist. But ironically, the extinction of the dinosaurs made our existence possible. Without that asteroid, mammals might never have become the dominant animals on Earth. And without mammals, there might never have been humans. So, in a strange way, your existence today may be the result of one asteroid that changed everything. If you could travel back in time, would you visit the age of dinosaurs? Or would you stay safely in the present?